Hello, hello. Welcome to Prince DJ, Prince of Love Live on Facebook, YouTube. Thank you for joining me. It's a long time in the making. I took a break for personal reason, but I'm back now. I'm back and I'm fully loaded. So today we're just gonna keep it not too long but short. But today, the best thing that we're gonna talk about that is friendship. And I'm telling you to welcome to my channel or to my live on StreamYard. And it's good to have you with us, and it's good to be back myself. So, thank you for having me. So, this stream is about friendship. So, it's something that not many people uh, realize how important it is, and it is important to me. So therefore, I'm coming to tell you how important it is to have a friend in your life. So everybody needs to have a best friend because of nowadays how things are going. You need somebody to bounce idea with, somebody who will be there for you. So we're talking of that. So before you choose your best friend, it's you may have many friends, but a best friend is something that is really dear to you. It's better than a family member, and or if it's not equal to a brother or sister, uh, it is very very close to that. So to start with, say what is a best friend? A best friend is somebody you can depend on, somebody you can share idea with, and somebody who's willing to listen to you. No string attached, so no incentive and no reward that going through. It's just like is somebody that you can share an opinion with, somebody who can guide you or you can guide in the right directions, and somebody who can or you who can follow you or you can follow through thick and thin, somebody who dependable. Well, you say, well, that could be a family member. Yes, it could be a family member. But remember, a best friend is somebody that is gonna be there for you. Uh, Even if you need that person at midnight, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and if you have an emergency or if you just want to hang out, and vice versa. So it goes both ways. So I believe that everybody should have one best friend, at least minimum one best friend. The reason why is because in this world you're not supposed to be alone. You shouldn't be alone. Even if you're married, you have kids and you have wives. Having a best friend is totally different than having a kids and having kids or having a wife or having an husband and with you. So a best friend is somebody that you bounce ID with, somebody that who will be hard on you to push you to so you can be successful. Somebody who's not going to agree with everything you say, or somebody who's not gonna say yes in front of you, but behind your back, he's talking uh, about you to somebody else. So the best friend is somebody that you trust and somebody who can have your back and who you can have their back as well. It's a two-way relationship when it's the best friend. So the best friend doesn't have any incentive. It's people who decided that um, let's be here for each other. Like if you're going through something in your life, or your family is going to something, or that person family is going to something, and that person life is kind of like either that person is triumphant or it's been miserable. So you be there and you support them and you try to make them better. If they are successful, you try to make them more successful, and if they are not successful, you try to make them successful. You carry them and they carry you. That's what I choose. Like, what that's what I think a best friend will do. And I think a true best friend is something that everyone needs to have at least one. Therefore, you don't have to think about that you are alone in this world. You don't have to think that uh, um, if you're going through something that you don't have somebody to share it with. You may have a wife and kids. Things might go south and working well in the relationship. Yes, a true best friend is somebody that who can shoulder you when you're in need, and you can shoulder when that person in that situation as well. Therefore, uh, I do think everyone needs a best friend. Imagine that you are going to something in your life. Imagine that you are in a situation that you can get yourself out of for sure. So why do you need a true best friend? So in that situation, sometimes you just want to talk something out. Sometimes you don't want an opinion. You already know what to do, but you want to get that out of your head. You need to get that thing out of your chest. You want to somebody to listen to. A best friend is listening to your problem or to your triumph, and doesn't have to give you advice. They don't have to give you advice. Sometimes you don't need advice. You just need somebody to listen. Instead of paying like thousands of dollars to go sit down with a shrink, with those people who just sitting down, they go to school for that. They get paid, they sit down, they listen to you. Sometimes you go there, you spend $1,000 or like 2,000, 5,000 to go to therapy, but all you need is somebody to listen to you. So you didn't have to get that far. If you have a best friend, somebody who you can depend on, somebody that you can talk to and you think that's gonna listen to you, whether you need advice or not. Not everybody can give advice, so you don't have to have a best friend that's gonna give you 100% true advice, but that best friend is supposed to be on your best interest. So that's what I call a true best friend. So a best friend is somebody that if you were gonna fall and sees you falling, and that can help you try to stop you from falling. Or a best friend is if you already fell down, and somebody who's gonna give you a hand so you can get back up. It's not somebody who's gonna say, look at that guy, he's just falling. Look at that lady, that young lady, she just falls down, and and then help you up. Now it's somebody that if you fall down, they come in right away and help you up, and try to help you up at least. Or if they can't, they try to find somebody to help you up. So that's why I call it true best friend. And I think everybody in this world needed to have that kind of friends. And that will come to the rest of the my other kind of like subject. So is it okay to trust somebody in your life completely? Yes, it is 1,000% okay to rely on somebody and to have somebody trust, and for that person to trust you and you trust that person completely. It is okay, and I think everybody should be like that. You should try to be dependable. So try to be at least you can be independent, you should trust somebody like completely. You have to have somebody you can trust completely. I don't know if it can be your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your uncle, cousins, a best friends. It's somebody that you know that you can talk to them with your secret. It's somebody that even if they mad at you, that you trust truly what happened between you, it just not going anywhere because this is your friend, and you can trust them either whether you mad at that person or not, but you trust that person completely, and that you know that what you talk and what you tell him in private will never go away, And doesn't mean that when you have a best friend, you're not gonna fight with them. It's just the same thing with your family member. You agree and disagree on things, especially that if you try to do something and your best friend got more knowledge and see that it's not good going that direction, but you certain that is the way that you want to go and they try to help you with it, there will be disagreement there. You might stop talking, and or you might just get mad at each other or need some space. But that's what the true friend do. Somebody who you trust completely, you wouldn't mind argue with that person because you know the argument doesn't break a relationship, it makes it stronger. So if you know that, that way you know you can trust somebody completely. That person doesn't have to be a best friend. That person you trust completely doesn't have to be a member of your family. It has to be somebody that you feel comfortable with, somebody that you've been through thick and thin with. You have each other back, so you know that the person will never, never, not for money, not for nothing, will ever sell you out and put you in the bad direction. Is it hard to find that person? And so, I don't know. I think it is not. If you are a person who likes to communicate, I think it's easier for you to find instead of if you're a shy person. If you're a shy person, is it's harder to find that person because you're not interacting and you're too private. So but I think it's go both way. It could be tough or it could be good. So it could be easy to get a true friend, so somebody you can trust completely in your life, but you need to do some research on that. But I'm guarantee you, once you find that person, your life will be so much better because not only you're not living your life to your full potential if you don't have that person, but you're missing something. Something is incomplete. We're talking about people that committed suicide. Those people, a lot of people that been in that situation is because anxiety, something is bottling up, so they keep it inside. They never release it. Guess what? If you have a best friend, guess what? Any thought that was stopping you from sleeping at night, if you put your head on the pillow and you think about things that keeping you awake, you need to discuss it with somebody. Who to discuss it with if it's not your best friend? There's something you cannot tell your mom, there's something you cannot tell your dad, something you cannot tell your um, cousins or a uncle. But the best friend, you can tell them that. You can tell your best friend about your family. You can tell them about yourself, your past, your present, and the future, what you want to become. So you can talk all about that. Your secrets, you can deal with it with that best friend. So that's why I tell you, you should have somebody, you should have a person, a best friend. Sometimes a best friend is not somebody you can trust completely in your life, but it's somebody that you can talk to. So that's two different things. I know it might get confusing right there, but stay with me. So a best friend is somebody that you have their back and they have your back. But not all the best friend that you have is somebody you can trust like 1,000%. So a person you can trust 1,000% is somebody that you can tell them all that little secret that you never tell anybody else. A best friend is somebody you can share your opinion with and that will guide you to the right direction. Can a best friend be the person you trust completely? Absolutely, that person can be that. You can, that's that's kill two birds with one stone. So you can have a best friend that you trust completely, or you can have both. You can have a best friend or multiple best friends, but the person that you choose completely, I don't think you should have multiple of that people. You're supposed to have one person that you can trust completely. Because when multiple people are involved in that situation, things getting weakly. So you can't control nothing because you're talking to multiple people, too many things going away out of your head. But the best friend you have, you can have multiple best friends. You can have a group of people. You can have five best friends if you want to. The same way you can have just one. But I think minimum is one to have a best friend. But I believe so you really need somebody to trust completely. Sometimes you want to, don't you ever sit down that you want to get something out of your head, and that thing can't get out. You try to, talk to somebody and nobody's listening to you, or you start to talk and then they already know the answer. I was like, no, that's not what a best friend do. A best friend is listen, and then they balance your idea and give you an answer. First, a best friend should be a great listener that can listen to you. Even though you might say something, we all human, so they have something in their life too. So you should be there for them. You should be able to listen to them, and you should find somebody you have common interests with, somebody like who likes you. Is I know people say opposite attract, but when you choose your best friend, is somebody that you can hang out with. So if you don't go to clubs, you don't drink, smoke, and you don't party all the time, you cannot have a best friend and call that person your best friend, but that person is drinking, smoking, and party, but you don't do those. So that's what I'm saying. That if you have a best friend, you should have somebody who identify go with you, that identify you with, somebody you can go hang out with. You can go to the house, hang out with them, cook at the house, eat with them, go to the restaurant, go to activities with them. But if it's limited activity, this can be your friend. Yes, that person can be a friend of you, but it cannot be your best friend because you don't bond. You just you we see each other when we see it, because the activity that I do is not the activity that you do. That person that is like to travel, if you have a best friend that is like to travel, and you stay at home person, you like to stay in your comfort at home, cooking, cleaning, uh, uh, um, playing dominoes or playing cards or play on your phone, but you don't like traveling, you don't like to go places, you cannot be that person best friend. That person can't be your best friend. No matter, you can be friends, because once in a while you might like to travel, and you can travel with that person. That can be your friend. It could be a close friend, but you can talk on the phone all the time, but that cannot be your best friend. A best friend is somebody that you do activity with. It's somebody that it's a family for you. So if that person got a wife or that person got a husband, you're a best friend if that person, their significant other is sick and they need a ride, that can call you, that can say, my family needs something, are you available to help me, can you you don't have to be able to help them all the time. Sometimes you go into your own thing, maybe you're not around, but it's somebody that they can still call and you will pick up, You will pick up, and sometime if you can't help them, you can find somebody else to help them. So that's what I qualifies as a best friend. That's what I think a best friend should be like. Can a family member be your best friend? Definitely, absolutely. It makes it will make it very easy for you, but it's got its perks in it too. So it's how close you are with your family and how close your family best friend with the whole family that if you don't get close to, because there might be a trust thing that going through your head. You don't want to stop a family member from helping another family, even though if you don't get along with that family. So you don't want to interfere in that. And then sometime when they talk, if they spend time together, you might think that your best friend might talk about you, or it might slip away. And then since you're not with the family, things might go to your mind. But a family member can be your best friend, definitely. But you have to choose it carefully, which family member that you choose to be your best friend. So I think this topic is a large topic, it's huge. Therefore, I'm not going to give it too much information on it. I think it's gonna be is a topic that everybody should take advice from. Listen to a little clip of that and little clip of that. Try to get it together, get it where you want it, so you can build your best friends. Or if you have a best friend, and you can make that relationship with your best friends more stronger. So I think that I will stop at this. Uh, get out there, find somebody you trust that is aligned with your activity that you like to be. And if you can have multiple best friends, it's better. If you can, at least you should try to get one. Take my advice. It will it will change your life. Get a best friend and talk to your friend. Ask them what the difference between a friend and best friend. I'm sure that if you have some friends that you trust, and they will tell you exactly what is the difference and what's make a person a best friend, and what make a person a friend. I can bring that subject in. If you like to hear about that, leave me a comment. I will tell you about the difference between friends and best friend, and I can debate that for you. But for now, this is all I got. It was glad to be back, and I'm trying to do like 3 times a week: Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. So and then start again Sunday again. So that's how I'm gonna try to do my life, my stream yards, going live on either on YouTube or Facebook. And it was great talking to you. Keep that in mind. If you need to hear any subject, I do not do politics because I don't know anything about politics. Football, I'm starting to understand football, so there's topic that is out of my reach at the moment that will not do it. Religions, that is a personal thing. So I do not do religions. I am a Christian. If you want advice, I can give you advice about it, but I do not like to say a religion is better than that or this. So we can talk basketball. I can tell you about basketball and soccer. I like soccer, and maybe I might get other personal things too. I'm good at it too. So I'm good at giving advice. If you need any advice, so hit me up, put a comment, and then I'll see what I can do. This is just for fun. There's no money into it. I'm not doing this one for money. I'm not doing it for anything, just to have fun, just having some spare time and try to do something worthy of my time. So thank you for listening. You have a blessed day. Stay blessed. Go get yourself a best friend if you don't have one. And if you have one, try to make it stronger. If it's already stronger, you're all set. One is best friend, so we talk more later. May God bless you. You have a blessed day. Thank you.